The unfortunate guy that's dating her is this guy, Medina, I think it's Medina Islam, right? He's dating this Phaedra person. They're on marriage boot camp. And by all accounts, people tend to like him, even though his ex claims that he used to put hands on her. And he's putting up with a woman who really does not want to give him none. Okay? She don't want to give him none. We got to ask ourselves, why is it that she don't want to give him none? Why is it that she's in a relationship with a guy she really don't respect like that? These are questions that need to be answered, people. Because I'm going to tell you one thing I'm not going to do. I'm not going to sit there and deal with a woman that's going to string me along, have me on national TV,
Get the
just so
likes
she
up,
can
people.
be on a reality show, just so she can promote herself for other men, because that's what she's probably doing, and she's using me. That ain't going to happen. And you guys wonder why women are not taking relationships seriously because of what you allow. Because you're willing to get in a relationship with women who won't even give you none. And she's admitting it. She's admitting it because she really ain't feeling you like that. You might not even be her type, because if you look at who her ex was, you know, she may have a certain type out there because she got kids with the guy. But you may just be somebody that she had in the friend zone, or the freezer is what I like to call the friend zone for certain people who can't get out of their own way. Shout out to Young Jaye, get the likes. So yeah, get the likes up, people, and share this live stream too. Now, there are people that are saying, you know, she might like both. I think she's into to men and women. You know, you never know, man. You never know with these clout chasing, you know, females, you know. Just out here clout chasing, getting on reality show after reality show. And you got guys who are willing to be in relationships with women who don't even want to have relations with them. Who's doing that? Not me. I'm not saying that you need to have like a one night get together, but what I'm saying is she going on TV and admitting this. That would be considered an L, bro. Maybe you don't care. Maybe both of you ain't really together. Maybe you're just together just to get a check. But do you really have to go that far to get a check? You know, do you really have to go that far? It's good, Gerald. And especially with a woman who's I wouldn't say she's conservative, but when you carry yourself a certain way as educated, sophisticated, you're a lawyer, and, well, I mean, she's dated guys who are felons, so, I mean, I don't think that's new territory for her to date the exact opposite of what she portrays herself to be, but then you wonder why men feel a certain way about you. This is a woman who's older. Not older, but she's an older female. She's a mom. But it doesn't stop her from getting on Instagram Live and showing her nipple for everybody. Because she really about being in these streets, man. There's certain women that they're just not cut out for long-term relationships. They're not cut out for marriage. I just wish they would admit it instead of going out there trying to portray it as they're just looking for the right guy. No, you're looking for a good time. Just admit it. You want a good time. It's okay. A lot of men want a good time too. We're not looking for anything long term. We looking to have a good time. We looking to enjoy life. You want to do the same thing, but you don't want the stigma. And you know that you won't be able to be on the Real Housewives of Atlanta or marriage boot camp unless you're with somebody. So you have people who will get into these artificial relationships in order to stay on reality TV. And you got guys who will go along with that. You're willing to go along with that. Why? Because you want some attention and some clout? But is that really the way of going about it? I would never want to be a guy who's with a woman who admits to the world that she won't even give me none. I mean, what do you get out of all this, bro? What do you get out of all this? Being in a relationship with a woman who clearly don't respect you. What do you get out of this, man? Like, seriously, I want to know what you guys are getting out of this. Is it just for the check? Is it just to grow your social media following? At the end of the day, I still would not want to be that guy. You know, shout out to Shy. Marriage boot camp is so toxic. Feel bad for cuz. Well, I think he needs to feel bad for himself because he's not doing anything to help himself being with a woman who clearly has no respect for him. None. I would not want to be in that situation. I would not want to be with somebody who's with me for a check, who's with me to further a storyline. But this is the story of a lot of these women's lives, man. This is their last chance to be relevant, to do anything of relevance, to get attention from men who want to sleep with them. I'm noticing you got the older women who are doing the most than these younger females because they didn't have Instagram when they were in their 20s. Now they have Instagram in their 40s and 50s, and they're trying to make the most of it. Some of these women will have kids, adult kids, grandkids. They don't stop them from getting their attention. Gray hairs and all. They're still trying to be what they see these younger women are being. And another thing, too, this is why they have such a problem with older men dating younger women, is because they used to date older men when they were younger. But now those same men don't want them, and they're feeling some type of way. They're shaming these guys. Well, you were those same girls that dated those older men for years. Not understanding that at some point you're going to approach the wall. And those guys are just not going to be interested.
The Simp Brothers.
They're not going to be interested, you know? Shout out to Shy again, Viola Fizz. I mean, listen, man. Some of these guys will put up with anything in order to sleep with a woman. Lil Fizz destroyed his whole career just so he could sleep with his homeboy's baby's mother. That's why when these guys self-destruct, they did it to themselves. They did it to themselves. So when you're in your late 30s and 40s and you're showing your nipples on Instagram Live, you're on social media trying to physically compete with these younger women, which you never will be able to. You'll never be able to compete with these younger women. You're going to lose that battle. But tell them that. They don't think they're going to lose that battle. They think that as long as they have a nice body, men are always going to want to be in relationships with them. That might be true, but look at the type of guys you're with. You're not even a friends with benefits with the guy you claim to be in a relationship with. He's not getting anything, bro. Listen, man. Why would I waste my time dealing with a woman, having her drag me on national TV, and I'm not getting none? That's not going to happen, okay? You can find somebody else, maybe somebody that you have in the freezer, aka the friend zone, that you've had there for years. Maybe they'll do that. You know, maybe they're thirsty. Maybe they think that they're going to win something by being in that situation. You're not going to win anything. You're going to look like suckers. And a lot of you dudes are getting suckered. And then you want to complain about women? No, you cannot complain about women. I won't allow it. You cannot allow yourself to be played and manipulated, cucked, and then come back and then want to complain about those women. No, I don't want to hear it. You did it to yourself. You haven't about yourself, man. It's like these guys that want to get their refunds back from OnlyFans after paying $200 just to see a particular female with nothing on, and they didn't get what they want. Now they want refunds. You should never get a refund. Non-refundable. You paid that money, probably extra. You probably paid tips, and you didn't get what you thought you were going to get. You get no refund. You did it to yourself. You had nobody but yourself to blame. And I'm going to continue to hold those males accountable. If I'm going to hold women accountable for their decisions, I got to hold you males accountable for promoting these women, putting these women on a pedestal.
Some dudes sell their souls for a piece of tail.
Shout out to Abby. Some dudes will sell their souls for a piece of tail. Absolutely. Absolutely. You got dudes that will fight just to get with a female. They will get with their family members, ex-wife or girlfriend. They will do the most just to get with certain women. And what they don't understand is that woman has leverage over you. Just like when Lil Fizz dated Omarion's ex, April, she had all the leverage in the situation because she could break up with him and no longer want to be on reality TV with him. So what is the storyline going to be then? If she doesn't want to interact with him, she could claim that he was this and that to her, which she has already done. He cannot reconcile with Omarion, so they can't work together. So what are you going to do? What are you going to do? This is why a lot of you guys have to start thinking with the right head, not the wrong head. You got to think with the right head. Because if you don't, you're going to be just like this guy on TV with a quote unquote lawyer who's religious and conservative, but she dresses like that, trying to compete with these young gals and losing because them young chicks, these young chicks still out here winning. The chicks in their 20s, early mid-20s, they still out here winning over a lot of these other women. That's why you have a lot of bitter older women who are mad about these men choosing those women over them, so they want to shame those guys because they were once those women. Now they're not anymore, and the reality is starting to set in. This is why I tell a lot of women, you need to stop trying to date 10, 20 different men at the same time. Just choose one. Just choose one. Just choose one guy. You don't have to string along all these different men because it boosts your self-esteem. Because what's going to happen is once you get off that high of having all these men, you're going to come crashing down to reality. And the reality is you're an aging woman who cannot get the same type of men you used to get. And it's going to start to drive you slowly insane. And that's what a lot of these chicks don't understand. They're going to be driven slowly insane because they're so used to juggling all these different men. But once those men show little to no interest anymore, they're going to come back crashing down to earth. And that bitterness is going to explode. It's going to destroy them.